Welcome back, super friends. Today we are going to be using mental math to divide whole numbers. So what we'll need is our math notebook or folder, pencil to write with, and don't forget that super brain of yours. Stay tuned for the video. Super friends, let's use patterns and mental math to divide. So we are getting into our division unit. So we just finished our multiplication unit. We're going to do division unit. We're going to divide whole numbers. Then we'll work our way up into dividing decimals. Let's start with our first lesson of the unit. So right now what we need to do is use mental math to divide. I like that this question breaks up. We already have our original 160 divided by 80, but then I like that it breaks it up by place value. So it says there's 16 tens and then 8 tens, and we're dividing those. So what makes it simple for us to do is to go ahead and underline our non-zero numbers, so our non-tens, and then divide those. What is 16 divided by 8? 16 divided by 8 equals 2, right? And now we have our zeros to worry about. What is 10 divided by 10? 10 divided by 10 is 1. So there would be nothing really to do but to multiply by 1, which is still going to equal 2. So that's basically our answer. Another way to do it that I've taught in the past is if you take the original, and if we're dividing, we're crossing out however many zeros we have on both sides. So if I have 2 zeros on both sides, I'm crossing out both zeros. If I only have 1 zero on both sides, then I'm only crossing out the 1 zero, like how I'm doing in this problem. So now I cross out the 0. We don't need it anymore. So now I'm just left with my 16 divided by 8. What's 16 divided by 8 again? 2. So that's how we get our answer. And that's just me using my mental math. I'm just writing down what I did in my brain on the paper so that you guys could see it and we can get that practice. The more we practice, the better we'll be with it. So let's go to our second example. We have 630 divided by 90. Again, that looks like 63 tens divided by 9 tens. We can cross out our tens because they divide by each other and they equal 1. So now we just have 63 divided by 9. What does that equal? 7, because I know that 7 times 9 is 63. And if I were to attach a 0, then that would give me 630, but we got rid of our 0, so we don't need it. I'll show you over here. And that just looks like 7. So that's our answer. Okay, next one. All right, this one, we have this time they didn't give us the tens, but we have more zeros to work with. So I like this one because I'm going to show you how to deal with it. Again, I would look at my 56 divided by 7, but before I go ahead and divide those out, let me cross out the zeros. I only have 1 0 on this side, so I can only cross out 1 0 over here. So now my answer is going to contain a 0. So what is 56 divided by 7? That equals 8. So then we bring our 8 down here, and our answer is 80 because we had that 0 left over. Now, if we had 2 zeros over here, then we can cross out both of the zeros, but that wasn't the case. So we only had our 1 0 that we could cross out on either end, which left us with a 0 to put in our answer. So use this method to go ahead and do mental math division for yourself. If you still have to write it down, that's fine, but it should be a quick type of process.